So thank you very much for that impromptu opening prayer. So our lesson for today, class, has something to do with this topic. Lady Janine, kindly read our topic for today.
Use the passive and active voice meaningfully in varied contexts.
Alright, thank you, Rejanine. So, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is all about voices of verbs. Sir, ano po ba yung voices? Kumakanta po ba yung mga verbs? Ayan po ba yung mga verbs na kumakanta sa mga puno? Hindi po yun mga verbs, mga birds yun. Tandaan natin. Pero ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is all about voices of verbs. And that is about passive and active voice. So, other objectives. So as you go through your module or to our class with our classroom, you are expected to letter A, identify and differentiate what are the voices of verb. Ano nga ba ang active at ang passive voice ang kanila at ang kanilang pagkakaiba. Letter B is to write sentences in active and passive voice and transform active sentences to passive sentences and vice versa. So ayan po yung mga gagawin po natin. So let us have a quick review lang regarding our previous topic last meeting. So our direction is to identify the purpose. Magkakaroon lang tayo ng review. Di ba? Ano ba yung pinag-aralan natin last time, di ba? We talked about different, ano ba pinag-usapan natin last week? Anybody, raise your hand if you want to answer. Ano ba yung pinag-usapan natin last week? Sige po, Lloyd, Nathan, Estacio.
Different purpose po.
Different purpose of what? Nakita mo,
Genre
tama,
po.
di ba? Ano yan?
Genre po.
Different genre of particular what? Purpose and genre of? Ano yung nakikita natin sa TV? Ano yung madalas natin ginagawa sa social media? Ayan, sumagot sino yung sumagot sa ating chat box? Kindly open your microphone. Princess Pineda, ayan. Ano yung pinag-usapan natin?
Various text po.
Okay, Princess, isama mo dun yung sinabi ni Lloyd kanina. Purpose and genre of?
Purpose and genre of various viewed texts.
Okay, very good, Princess Pineda. So, Princess, so tama. Tama si Lloyd and tama si Princess that we've discussed, di ba, yung different genre and purpose of different viewed texts. Ano-ano ba yung mga pinag-aralan nating viewed text last meeting before going to our review activity? Sige nga. What kind of viewed text ang madalas nating napapanood sa internet? Okay, Lady Janine.
Internet-based program po.
Okay, very good. So how about yung how about naman yung viewed text na madalas nating nakikita si Kuya Kim at si Mang Tani? Daisyline K. Daisyline K.
Weather forecast, sir.
Okay, very good. That is a weather forecast. So how about naman yung mga palabas that it talks about life na karaniwang pinapanood natin kapag host si Cara David, si Howie Severino. Okay, Shamia. How about you, Marie Chris? Nawala si Marie Chris. Sige, Lloyd, Nathan.
Documentary po.
Okay, documentary. Tama naman yun. So how about yung different viewed text when a program is being cut to, tawag dito, to have a breaking news? Isabel Javier.
News flash po.
Okay, news flash. So meron pa ba tayong nakalimutan? We have the documentary. Ano yan, Daisyline? May nakalimutan pa ba tayo, Daisyline K?
Movie trailer po.
Okay, very good. So the movie trailer or the movie clips. So, di ba? Nakakatuwa naman at natatandaan niyo pa. So now, class, I have here 5 items and I want you to point out if what is the purpose naman. If what is the purpose of the following TV program or viewed text material. Okay? So let us find out. We have here number 1. Eyewitness. Ako si patient 2828 by Howie Severino. First of all, what kind of viewed text is this? Renz Eleanard Morales, what kind of viewed text? Identify kung what kind of viewed text and identify also the purpose. Renz, nandiyan ka ba? Sige, ikaw na lang. Jewel.
Documentary po.
Okay, it is a documentary. Tama. So ano sa tingin mo yung purpose niyan? Is it to inform, to persuade, or to entertain? Tatlo lang yan, choices natin. Jewel, sige po, Jewel.
Inform po.
Alright, very good. That is to inform. So, alright. So, ito, medyo kaiba lang to. So, yung Itbulaga, di ba? Doon sa pagpipilian natin, doon sa 5, sa tingin nyo, saan natin mapapanood ng Itbulaga aside from television? Sige, Renz Elianard, kanina pa nakataas ang kamay mo. Sasagot ka na? So who else? Nawala na si Renz, baka mahina ang kanyang internet. Ryan, saan natin mapapanood ang Itbulaga aside from the internet?
To entertain po, sir.
Okay, to entertain. Pero what type of program yan?
Movie shows. Trailer, sir.
Okay, trailer. Pwede nating sabihin din na ito ay isang internet-based program kung dun sa 5 pagpipilian natin. Pero this is actually a TV program. So, okay, very good. How about number 3? That is to entertain, Itbulaga. Tama. So, sige, ikaw naman. Sige, sino pa po ba? Nico. Malilong.
Ano po? Documentary yung number 3 po.
How about the purpose?
To inform.
Okay, very good. So, Eyewitness Lockdown Manila by Sandra Aguinaldo is a documentary. Very good. So, how about this one? Number 4. News report on the present status of COVID-19 in the Philippines. Ian Matthew Medida.
News flash po.
Okay, news flash. And what is the purpose?
To inform.
Okay, thank you very much. That is to inform. So how about this one, number 5, Bayanihan 2020, Oplan Balik Eskwela at Brigada Eskwela. Ano sa tingin niyo yan? Alright, sige, Ray Janine.
Internet-based program po.
Okay, very good. How about the purpose?
Persuade po.
Okay, that is to persuade. Ano ba yung pinagko-convince dyan? Is to, pag Oplan Balik Eskwela, anong ginagawa natin? To persuade or to convince people, the citizens to enroll, diba, sa ating schools. And sa Brigada Eskwela to help the schools in preparing for the opening of classes. So great job everybody. Nasagot naman natin and I'm very glad na marami po nakakaintindi with our previous lesson. So how well did you do? I think you did a great job. So now class, let us talk about our topic. So what do we mean by voices of verbs? Ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng voices of verbs? Margaret Jane, kindly read the definition of what are voices of verb. Margaret Jane Ababa. Nandiyan ka ba, Nak? So how about the others? RA,
Sir,
Karza.
nandito po.
Ayan pala si Margaret. Sige, Margaret, pakibasa nga ang definition. O sige, si RA na lang. Karza.
In traditional grammar, voice of verb is defined as quality of verb The indicates whether its subject acts or act upon. Its two types, the active voice and the passive voice.
Okay, ano, RA, kindly read this again, this word.
Indicate po.
Don't forget the letter S. Nakakalimutan mo yung S.
Indicates.
Okay, very good. So thank you very much. So tandaan natin, di ba, it is when we talk about active or when we talk about voices of verb, we talk about subject acts or is acted upon. Sino daw ba ang subject? Siya ba yung gumagawa ng action, the doer of the action, or the receiver of the action? So ayan, let's talk about first the active voice. Usually class, ang active voice, this is how we usually write our sentences. So when we talk about active voice, when a sentence is written in active voice, the subject perform the action. Ibig sabihin, yung subject, ano ba ibig sabihin ng subject? Yung pinag-uusapan sa pangungusap. The topic of the sentence is the doer of the action. The active voice is the normal voice kasi ito nga yung usual na ginagamit natin. This is the voice that we use most of the time. In the active voice, the object receives the action of the verb. Like for example, kindly read the sentence na nandito sa taas po natin. Rika May Cipriano. Pakibasa nga po yung sentence. Example na nasa itaas.
The award-winning chef prepares each meal with loving care.
Okay, thank you very much, Rika May. So with that class, who is the subject of the sentence? Sino yung pinag-uusapan natin dyan? Pag ito hindi nyo pa nasagot, ewan ko na lang. Who is the subject there? Althea.
Yung chef po.
Okay, of course, the chef. Actually, the complete subject is the award-winning chef. Pero ang pinaka-subject natin, ayan, nakasulat na, di ba? The chef. So ano ba yung action dito? What is the verb? Ang verb dyan is prepares. At ang question natin, what is being prepared? Ano daw yung piniprepare niya? Yun yung tinatawag nating object. Ano daw ba yung piniprepare? Who is the receiver? What is the receiver of the verb or the action? That is the object. Each meal with loving care. So in the above example of the active sentence, the simple subject is chef and prepares is the verb. The chef prepares each meal with loving care. Active sentence are about what people or things do. Tandaan natin, kapag active verb or active voice of verb, ang tanong natin, what people or what a thing is doing. Ano ang ginagawa niya? Kapag nasagot natin yun, that is in active voice. So let us have a practice class. I have here sentences. Yung first sentence natin, Rebecca, kindly read the first sentence. Rebecca Diaz.
He loves me.
Okay, he loves me. So now class, what do you think is the subject? Sino ang nagmamahal dyan? Who is loving? Wala na po bang iba? Napakadami natin dito. We are 67. Jesper Alcaraz. What is or who is the subject in the sentence?
He.
Okay, very good. The subject in the first sentence is he. How about what is the verb? Sige, Ryan Jafar. What is the verb here?
Loves po.
Okay, very good. The verb there is the word loves. And of course, who is the receiver of the action? Sino daw ba yung minamahal? Angelica May. San Gabriel.
Me po. Me.
Okay, so that is The word me. So very good. So how about the second sentence? We took our children in the circus. Who is the subject? Sige, Wendell Vibal.
We po.
Okay, the subject is we. Very good. So how about the verb? What is the verb there? Shamia, what is the verb?
Took po.
Okay, very good. Took. So if you want to answer, you may also use the chat box pero pwede tayo mag-raise ng hand. Maganda yan, nagpa-participate tayo. And the object, who is the receiver of the action? Sino daw yung dinala sa circus? Sino yung dinala sa circus? Ian, sino daw yung dinala sa circus?
Children po.
Okay, the children or our children. So on the third sentence, who is the subject? A thief stole my money. Who is the subject there? Jasper.
Thief.
Okay, the thief. Okay, very good. How about the verb? Dennis Cruz, sabi ni Dennis Cruz, stole. Okay, that is very good. And lastly, the object. Who is the object? Or what is the object in the sentence? John Lester. Okay, my money. So, naintindihan na natin, class. Always. Diba it is always the subject in the verb. Okay, the subject in the verb is a person. Nakikita niyo ba sa active voice? The subject is always a person and sometimes it is also a thing. So tingnan natin yung next counterpart, the passive voice. Now, when we talk about the passive voice is less usual. Hindi siya masyadong ginagamit. So in the passive voice, the subject receives the action on the verb. We use the passive voice when we want to make the active voice more important. The active object rather, the active object more important. Kapag binibigyan natin ng highlight yung object, tandaan natin ha. Now, this is the example. Kanina, di ba, we talk about the chef pa rin. So tingnan lang natin dito. Each meal is prepared with loving care by the award-winning chef. So ang naging topic na dito, ang pinag-uusapan natin, ano daw yung most important part of the sentence? Ano yung topic natin? What is the subject? Fairly good, Gutierrez.
Meal, sir.
Okay, the meal. Diba parang halos same sentence lang siya from the first example natin kanina about the award-winning chef. Pero dito, ang most important part is the meal. Binibigyan natin ng highlight yung pagkain instead na yung tao. So what is the verb? What is the verb?
Is prepared.
Okay, tama po yun. Is prepared. So what have you noticed from the previous example regarding this topic? Ano yung nadagdag? Ano yung nadagdag sa kanya? Okay, the word or the be verb. Ang tawag po natin dyan ay be verb is. Diba nadagdagan yung prepared, no? Tinatawag nating, na-type ko rin sa chat box, be verb. Nadagdagan siya ng be verb is. And now, the object became by the award-winning chef. So, ano yung nadagdag pa dito? Yung word na?
Bye.
Okay, class. So, tandaan po natin, when we talk about a passive voice, it always has a be verb and the word by. Kapag nakita niyo yan sa dulo na may by, ibig sabihin yan, automatic, passive voice na yan. Alright? So, tingnan natin po dito. Other examples. Ang gagawin natin siya ngayong passive. Itong word na to, itong mga sentences na to ay transformed na into passive voice. So dito, wala siyang word na by kasi it always lang, hindi siya laging merong word na by. For example, I am loved. Sabi dito, I am loved. So what is the subject here? Of course, the subject of the sentence is I. And ano na po yung verb? What is our verb? Okay, it is the word am loved. Yung kompleto. Am loved. So, meron ba siyang object dun sa sentence?
Wala po.
So, wala po siyang object. So,
Wala
tama.
po.
Wala siyang object. Kasi, wala naman yung word na by. Pero kapag meron siyang by, for example, I am loved by her. Ang magiging object natin, by plus object, by her. Pero in this case, wala po tayong object. Pero this is written in passive voice. Dito naman, the children were taken to the circus. The subject, yung dati nating object, naging subject na, the children. And then the verb, were taken. Ayan na yung verb natin. May be verb na were. And then yung object, wala rin tayong object dyan. Pero kung lalagyan natin ng object, ang tanong natin, who took the children? Kanina, sino daw yung nagdala sa children sa circus?
We po.
We. Kung sakali, sino yung we na yon?
Us.
Sino yung we? Imagine natin yung mga magulang nila, di ba? So the children were taken to the circus by their parents or by us. Pwede din 'yon. By us instead of using we. Next, my money was stolen. Subject, my money. We give emphasis kung ano yung nawala at kung sino yung nagnakaw.
Yung kalbo, yung kalbo.
Yan, yung was stolen and who stole. Doon sa previous sentence natin kanina, who stole the
A
money?
thief po.
Okay, a thief. So kung lalagyan natin dyan, the stolen by a thief. Ganyan po. Pero okay lang ba, sir, na wala siyang by? Pwede po siyang walang by kasi complete sentence na siya. Alright? So next natin. Let us have a quick review lang about be verbs. So passive voice rather, always use be verb. Ang mga verb natin class has different tenses. Ano ba yung tenses nila? Ayan, meron tayong past, meron tayong present, past, and future. Kapag present, it is happening kailan? It is happening?
Right now.
Okay, it is happening right now. And how about yung past?
Paraan po.
Okay, it happened in the past, of course. Nangyari na siya, nakaraan. And the future,
Susunod.
susunod pa lang or mangyayari pa lang. So we have different be verb in the present. Di ba? Ano ba yung mga be verb natin sa present na ginagamit? Nandyan yung word is, are, and am. For example, the online class is happening right now. Sa are. We are. Bakit are? Marami kasi, di ba? We, tayong lahat, are inside an online classroom. And number 5, and next naman yung am, I am your English teacher. Kasi yun yung current. Napunta tayo dito sa past. What is the past form of is? Ano ang past form ng is? What is the past form of is?
Is are.
Ano ang past form natin? Ano ang nakaraan na
What?
term na is?
As po.
Was.
Okay, the correct answer is of course the word was. Kapag isa lang ha, pag singular was. How about yung are? What is the past form of are?
Where?
Ano yun, Rovi?
Where po?
Okay, very good. That is were. So ano naman ginagamit nating be verb sa in future?
Will po.
Ano po yon?
Will po.
Okay, that is correct. Pero tandaan natin, kapag be verb, lagi siyang may katabing be. Kaya will be or will. Diba? Will or will be. So yan, alam na natin. So tandaan natin that in passive verb, we always use the be verb. Kung mapapansin nyo dyan, class, ito yung active. He loves me. Yung love nagkaroon ng be verb am. Kaya naging love. We took our children to the circus. From past, took, dinagdagan ng were at ginawang past participle of the verb. A thief stole my money. Stole, from past, nilagyan ng be verb at naging past participle. Notice how the be auxiliary changes the meaning of the verb from action to condition of or from doing to being. So now let us try, class. Let us try. Let us transform this passive sentence into active sentence. Ano daw ang sentence natin? The letter was mailed by Marilyn. The letter was mailed by Marilyn. So what is the subject of the verb? What is the subject here? Ano yung topic natin muna?
The letter.
Okay, the subject is the letter. What is our verb?
Was mailed.
Okay, very good. Ang verb natin ay was mailed. Yan yung complete verb natin. And the by Marilyn is what we call, ano yung letter O?
Object.
By
Object. Object. So yung object natin. So let us find out. Paano natin daw ito itatransform into active voice? Okay, ito yung step number 1. So ang gagawin po natin is move the passive sentence subject into the active sentence direct object slot. So ang gagawin natin, yung subject daw, ano yung subject natin? Yung letter, ay ilalagyan na natin sa huli, sa object. So kapag active voice, nasa huli na siya. Or after na siya dapat ng verb. So di ba nakita niyo dito, nauna yung letter before was mailed. Kapag active voice, yung the letter ay ilalagay na natin after the verb. Pagpapaligtarin lang natin. And of course, tandaan natin, remove the auxiliary verb be from the main verb and change the main verb form if needed. Ang gagawin natin, tatanggalin na daw natin yung be verb. Tandaan natin na active to ay passive to active to ha. Kaya ang verb na lang natin from was mailed, ano na lang siya ngayon? Ano na lang siya ngayon? Kapag tinanggal natin yung was sa was mailed, ano na lang ang verb natin?
Mail.
Mailed.
Okay, mailed na lang
Mailed
siya.
po.
Kaya ang verb natin ay mailed. Mailed. Feli Gutierrez, kanina pa naka-on yung microphone mo. Nak, nasa online class tayo, Nak. Kanina pa pa-on yung ano mo po, mic mo. Medyo nakaka-disturb na ng klase. Last warning, Feli Gutierrez. Okay po. So going back to our lesson, ang magiging verb na lang natin ay mailed instead na was mailed. Next natin, step number 3, after moving the subject to the object, pinunta na natin sa huli. Ano naman yung ililipat natin? Yung object, ayan, the passive sentence object of the preposition by into the subject. Tatanggalin lang natin yung word na by and then ilalagay na natin siya sa umpisa. Kaya ang naging new sentence natin, si Marilyn na ang subject, Marilyn mailed the letter. So from the sentence, the letter was mailed by Marilyn. Tandaan natin, kapag passive to active, anong words ang mawawala? Dalawa ang mawawala. Yung word na by and the ano yung mawawala? Yung be verb. Mawawala yung be verb at yung ano pa yung isa? Mawawala din yung word na
By.
Kapag
Object.
passive to active. So now class, let us practice. Okay? Let us try. For those who can open, kindly open the app, yung ClassPoint. ClassPoint.app. Kung kaya po nating buksan, kung meron kayong separate browser sa inyong cellphone. Actually, pwede naman tayo mag-open ng browser kahit naka-open ang ating Google Meet. So, open nyo lang po yung ClassPoint.app at i-enter ang ating class code.
Ano po yung i-open, sir?
Ayan po, nandyan sa screen natin. ClassPoint.app. Tingnan natin kung okay siya kasi last time ay hindi okay ang ClassPoint. Pero yan, okay siya ngayon. Okay, nakabukas na po ba? So now class, ang gagawin lang natin is to write the following sentence from passive voice to active voice. Para makita ko po. Para syempre kasi kapag naka-open ang chat box, magkakakitaan kayo ng sagot, baka mag-copy-paste lang kayo. So try natin. Let us try on your own. Let us try. So naka-open na. So ano pong gagawin natin? You are going to transform this sentence into active voice. So the ball was caught by Gerald. Gagawin lang po natin siyang active voice. Nabuksan niyo po ba yung ClassPoint?
Yung code na lang po.
Ano po?
Code po.
Ang code po ay 18038. So meron na tayong 22 participants. So you may enter your answers now. So the ball was caught by Gerald.
Sir, ano po ulit yung code po?
Ang code po natin 18038. So ayan na. Meron na akong mga nakikitang sagot.
Sir, pwede po palagay na lang po sa chat box. Ayaw po mag-open sa akin po eh.
Sir, ayaw
Okay,
po
kasi
na
na-reach na
mag-open sa
natin.
akin.
Okay, na-reach na natin ang ating...
Last code is not available po.
Okay, na-reach na yung maximum. So, i-open ko na ulit ang chat box. Pwede pong sa chat box mag-enter ng inyong sagot. Pero tingnan natin yung mga sagot na nandito. Sabi ni Lay Janine, Gerald caught the ball. Gerald caught the ball, sabi ni Melissa. Okay, tama rin si Lloyd. Gerald caught the ball. Okay, tama rin si Raya. Robbie, tama. Ashley Nicole, bakit passive nakalagay dito? You are going to transform dapat into active. So si Daisy Lynn, tama din ang kanyang sagot. Okay, so next tayo, next sentence. So class, di ba kapag nagsusulat tayo ng sentence, do not forget, meron ako nakikitang kulang. Dapat anong meron sa dulo? Dapat meron siyang?
Period.
Okay, dapat meron siyang periods sa dulo. Kasi that is not considered a sentence kapag wala siyang quotation mark or wala siyang punctuation mark sa dulo. Okay, kung wala siyang tuldok, hindi yan isang pangungusap. Tandaan natin. And saan ba nag-start ang sentence? Small letter ba?
Capital letter.
Okay, do not forget, kahit anong klaseng word pa yan, it should start with a capital letter. Okay? So, okay, number 2. The can was dropped by Mary. Sige, dito na lang sa chat box natin i-enter class para mas maraming makapag-participate. Doon naman sa mga naka-enter, pwede na kayong mag-enter ng inyong sagot sa ating class point. May sagot na si Lay Janine. Meron na rin sagot si Melissa. Si Robbie may sagot na. Andrea Nicole may sagot na. Si Rizalyn may sagot na. Si Isabel meron na din. Raya and Lloyd. So very good. Tama ang inyong mga sagot. O may nakikita na naman ako sa chat box na walang tuldok. Remember that a sentence cannot be complete if it has no punctuation mark. Pag wala siyang tuldok, it is not a sentence. All right, very good everybody. The correct answer is Mary dropped the can. Very good. So tinanggal lang natin yung was and tinanggal natin yung word na by at pinagpalit natin si the can and Mary. All right. Last item for our practice. Rewrite following sentence from passive to active. The baby was tickled by the babysitter. You may enter your answer sa ating class point. The baby was tickled by the babysitter. Ano kaya ang sagot? You may enter your answers now. Ayan, may nakikita na akong mga sagot. Okay, don't forget the article the. Ayan, may nakita na akong mga sagot dito sa class point. Okay, very good. O, may nakalimutan lang. Again, do not forget the article the. So the correct answer, nakikita ko na. The babysitter tickled the baby. Okay, nagkulang lang yung iba ng the. So kailangan may word na the. The babysitter tickled the baby. So great job everybody. So nakita naman po natin. I think you've got it all. Naintindihan nyo na. So let us move on. Let us practice more. Now class, let us practice more. I want you to get a separate piece of paper. Kumuha kayo ng papel and write 1 to 10, items 1 to 10. Ang gagawin lang natin, I'll be presenting sentences on the screen and you're going to write, nasa ano nyo rin to ha? Nasa activity sheet nyo rin to. Kung hindi nyo makabasa ng maayos sa screen, you may open your activity sheet. Yung direction natin, decide whether the following sentences are written in active or passive voice. On a separate sheet of paper, write active. Remember the whole word active if the sentence is in active voice and passive if it is in passive voice. Very simple lang. I-determine lang natin kung active or passive voice siya. So tandaan natin, kapag active, the doer of the action is the subject. Kapag passive, the receiver of the action is the receiver of the action sa active is the object, of course. Kapag passive naman, ano yung mga hanapin natin? Yung be verb at yung word na by. Okay? So here are your items. So I'll be giving you 5 minutes. Napakadali lang ito. 5 minutes to answer the 10-item test. And then afterwards, if you're done, comment in our chat box the word done. And your 5 minutes starts now. Sige po. Again, everybody, I hope everyone is participating. Very good sa mga naka-open ang kanilang mga camera. Tinitake note ko po yan. Huwag po kayong mag-alala. Binibigyan ko po ng extra points yung mga sumusunod sa direction na naka-open ang camera. Meron po akong papel dito. Sinusulat ko kung sino yung mga laging naka-open ang camera. Ano po yung choices? Active or passive lang ang ilalagay natin. Ay, good morning, Ma'am Bernice. Good morning po. Good morning, Gabi.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hi, Gabi. Good morning. Di ba makikita niyo, si Gabi ay isa nating learner with, tawag dito, disability. Siya po ay blind, si Gabi, kasama si Ma'am Bernice. Pero makikita natin, nag-aaral pa rin siya ng mabuti. So I hope tularan natin si Gabi na nag-aaral pa rin, di ba? Ng mabuti. Di ba, ang dami nang nakatapos? Right, active or passive? Nasa activity sheet nyo po yan. I think nasa page number 6 yata of your activity sheet. Kung hindi nyo
7,
makita.
sir.
Or ayan, page number 7. You still have time to answer your activity. Napakadali lang yan, no? Okay, marami na nagko-comment ng done. Don't worry, class. Yung mga hindi pa tapos, you still have time to answer your activity.
Done na po.
Alright, let us wait for your other classmates. Hintayin lang natin silang matapos. Okay, I think yung mga naka-open niya ang camera, kindly show a thumbs up kung you're done answering. Nakikita ko si Rika May, naka-thumbs up. Si Wendell Vibal. Okay, yung si Jasper Alcazar ay naka-thumbs up. Si Alexander ay naka-thumbs up na rin. Si Yuri and Fiona naka-thumbs up. Ashley Nicole, okay. John Lester, okay. Jewel, okay. Althea, Lejanine Ian, Gian James, okay na din. Rebecca, Nico Malilo, okay. I think we can answer our activity. So, okay, for number 1, lagyan nyo ng chat. Kumbaga, dito sa chat box na lang tayo sumagot. Lagyan nyo lang ng number, then dot, ganyan. And then, lagay nyo po kung ano ang sagot ninyo. Tingnan natin kung ano ang sagot ng majority. Okay, show your answers for number 1. What do you think is number 1? Is it in active or in passive voice? Active, 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 active. Nawala yung VE. Nahuli, baka nag-CR. So, tingnan natin. The correct answer, check your own, of course. Be honest in checking your own work. Of course, the correct answer for number 1 is active voice. So, congratulations for those who got the correct answer. How about number 2? The dog is fed by Thomas. Okay, passive, 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 passive. Of course, the answer is passive. It is in passive voice. How about number 3? Number 3, the family went to the beach. Of course, the answer is active voice. Number 4, the letter was written by Marshall. In the chat box, passive, 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 passive. Of course, the answer is passive because of the verb was and the word by. How about number 5? The game had been won by the blue team. Okay, the correct answer is passive. Passive. Ayan, because of the had been. And of course, the word by. Number 6. The problem was solved. Ay, sorry, ang sagot natin sa number 6 hindi ko napalitan. It should be passive. Number 6 is passive. Because of the word, ayan no, may be verb tayo. The problem was solved by whom? Walang nakalagay eh. Pero it is in passive voice. Number 6 is passive. Number 7, that is active voice. Active. The stuntman risked his life. And of course, number 8.
Active din po.
The fire was extinguished. Yan, hindi ko ulit napalitan. It should be, number 8 is also passive. Number 8 is passive because of the helping verb. And the car was being cleaned by the owner. It is in passive voice. And lastly, number 10, it gets cold here during the winter. It is in active voice. So kindly show your answers, class. I show your scores rather. Kung kayo ay naka 10 over 10, 8 over 10, 9 over 10, be honest.
8 over 10 lang po.
It is okay. Okay naman, okay lang yan na. You can still review our topics before you answer our summative test later. So congratulations for those who got 10 out of 10. For those who got 6 and above, congratulations. Congratulations, Gabby, for having 8 over 10. If you got 5 and lower, you may review our lessons dyan sa inyong module to get better information or better understanding of our topic. So, great job. Very nice, guys. So, our next activity for this one, our next task, meron po akong ipopost na summative test later. You can access that through this link. So, mamaya na lang ipopost sa ating, tawag dito, sa ating Facebook group para po masagutan po ninyo after our Filipino class. So, do you have any questions, grade 7 learners?
No.
Wala po, sir.
Okay,
Wala
none.
na po.
So, if none, thank you very much for participating in
Wala po.
our English class. See you all later at our Filipino class at 10:30.